Alright, so we just got down into Coral Prison and took like 2 steps and got into a battle. This is one of the enemies you'll encounter. They're kind of hit or miss on whether you should worry about them or not. If you notice, they have 2 faces. Once you start attacking them, sometimes they'll just lay down on the ground. If the white face shows up on the ground, it'll cast Cure 3 to all of your party members, which is nice. However, if it falls on the red face, it will self-destruct the last enemy to attack it, which does a lot of damage to it. So it kind of depends on whether these guys will really bother you or not. Like here, he landed on the self-destruct face, so then he just explodes and then the battle's over. So then head down here, you'll probably want to save. I don't do a lot of exploring, as you'll see when I'm down here. That's because pretty much everywhere you go, you'll see a treasure chest that's already been opened. Obviously it's a prison, so whatever treasure was down here would have already been taken. So like if you see to the right on the screen, you'll see that treasure chest that's already open. There's some places you can go, but all it just has is empty treasure chests, so there's no real point in going there. So I'm gonna get this done as fast as I can. Now, when you come across these guys in purple, I'm just warning you now, kill them as fast as you can. And this is another reason why you want to save as soon as you get the chance, because they'll put this move on here called Mug. And you see that? They just stole my umbrella, the weapon that you get for Ares that took me forever to get from the speed square. And if you don't kill them fast enough, they'll run off and you'll never get the item back. If you kill them after they've stolen something, you get the item back. But see, as you see right there, he just ran off with my umbrella. So that forced me to restart at the save point. So whenever you come across those guys, just kill them as fast as you can, because they'll steal stuff from you and then they'll try and run off. And what we want to do is head into this little house, and then we will get a cutscene of why Barret is acting all weird. Alright, and here is where you pick your party members. I just picked Kate Sith real quick so I could take everything off of him, because like I said before, I hate this thing and I use him as little as possible. When you're equipping the materia, you'll want to make sure that Barret has restore on, because coming up here he's going to be in a boss fight by himself, so you want to make sure that he has plenty of stuff to take care of himself with. Now when you're ready, we're going to just head down real quick. Inside here, there isn't really much you can do, but if you talk to this guy behind the counter, there's a little item shop. Now the only way out of here is to get permission by the boss, which is Dine, but also the person who allows that to happen is this guy up here in this little truck. So we're going to talk to him real quick. He's basically going to tell you that you have to get permission, and then once you do get permission, you have to win a Chocobo race. So first we have to go find Dine, So we head all the way back up to where we started. And once we get up here, you're going to want to head left up this area here. Now I ended up fighting around here for a little bit because I was really close to getting Barret's second part of his third limit break, which is Unger Max. Now you come across these guys here. The purple one will cast Matcher Magic, and one of your enemy skills probably won't have it, so you can pick that up for your second enemy skill. Plus these guys here on the ends, they have an enemy skill called Laser, so use that manipulation materia, manipulate one of them, and then have them cast Laser to both people that have the enemy skills equipped. What I like to do is as soon as I get an enemy skill, there's 4 total in the game. As soon as I get one, I like to equip it on one of my party members. That way, if you come across someone who you can get an enemy skill from, you can get it with both people at the same time instead of having to find another battle with these enemies in it. Then we're going to take a right over here, and this will lead us to the area that Dine is in. Now this fight all depends on how strong Barret is. It can be really easy, it can be pretty hard. This is going to be the easiest boss fight I've ever had. I had Ungermax and it was already ready, so I used that once. He always counters with the Molotov cocktail, but then right after that, he's done. So I just beat him in one move. If you don't have that for Barret yet, just keep attacking him with magic spells and keep your HP above 500. Other than that, you should be fine. Now you're given the opportunity to win your freedom back by a Chocobo race. So first, only one person is allowed to go up. So obviously Cloud is going to be the one that goes up. Don't bother listening to Esther on instructions on how to race. I'll give you the easiest way to win. Once you get up here, if you notice, you'll see that red circle glowing kind of in the corner of the room. That is a summon materia, and this is the only time you can get it, so you definitely want to be sure to pick that up as soon as you get the opportunity to. Now that we're able to move, we're going to head over here and grab this. And now we just sit and wait for about a minute before we get put into the race. It already starts you in the automatic operation. Hit select and change it to manual, and then just hold down R1 and R2 and square at the same time. Just hold those three buttons down the entire race. Holding down R1 and R2 boosts your stamina. So as you can see, my gauge isn't even going down at all. Holding square makes you go faster. So as long as you're doing those three things, you should be fine. Holding down R1 and R2 are the most important things too. You can turbo, which is circle, and as you can see, my stamina is still not going down very fast, and I'm in a full sprint. Now that you won the race, you will be freed, and you also get a buggy to drive around in, which is quite helpful. So this concludes the Coral Prison part. The next part is purely optional things, but extremely important things. So if you want that perfect game, you'll want to definitely check out my next part. If not, then you can probably skip it, and then the part after that will take place what happens next in the story.